What's up, peeps? This is QTheQreator back with another Disney villain inspired makeup tutorial. This one is going to be a Maleficent mashup between the original look and the more modern one. If you want to see how I accomplish this look, stay tuned. We're going to start with our Elmer's glue stick and we're going to glue down our eyebrows. Then of course we're going to dry those and then set those with our benign neutral set powder. As I typically do, I'm going to dust off the excess and repeat that process just to make sure that I got those brows covered really good. After that, I'm going to begin the process of creating my new brow. I'm using a lighter shade to begin with just to get the idea of the shape that I want, and then I'll go back later to darken that. After I have the general shape that I want for my brows, I'm going to go in with the James Charles palette with the color Spooky just to darken those up. After that, I'm going to use the benign neutral set powder to prep my cheeks for the spirit gum. This is going to be used to hold the modeling wax, which will create our cheek prosthetic. After making sure that the spirit gum is tacky to hold the wax, we're going to begin to mold and shape the cheek. So I'm going to use my blow dryer just to heat the modeling wax up a little bit more so that it's more pliable. This process can take a little time depending on how good you are with using this modeling wax. I personally hate using it, so it took me a while. Once I got the shape I wanted, I repeated the entire process on the opposite side and then prepped that with some neutral set powder to go in with liquid latex just to blend my edges out a little more. After completing the cheek prosthetics, we're going to go in with the CNC Beauty palette. To create our base color, we're going to use the green, the cyan, and the white. Make sure to be a little more delicate when applying that base color to your cheek prosthetic because any pressure placed on it can change the shape of it. After getting my base color on, I'm going to take the white from that same CNC Beauty palette to highlight my T-zone. Sorry guys, looking at the footage I felt like I was too washed out, so I changed the color in my ring light, so there's a shift in the color of the video here. After setting our entire face in that Ben Nye neutral set powder, we're going to brush away any excess and then go back in to redefine our brows using this black cake paint by Mehron. After redefining those brows, we're going to go back in with the James Charles palette using a mix of the colors Love That and Single to begin creating our eye crease. And to darken that crease up, we're going to go back in with the James Charles palette. This time we're using the color Escape. And lastly, we're going to use the color Spooky from the James Charles palette just to go in and deepen that crease a little bit more. I went back in with the color Love That to blend out those edges just a little bit more, and then we're going to take our Clown White to cut that crease. After getting the entire lid covered in that Clown White, we're going to go back into the outer edges of our lid using the color Escape. As we gradually move into the center of our lid, we're going to fade those colors Single and Love That together. We're going to go into our lower lid using the color Escape, and then we're going to go back to deepen that using the color Spooky, both from the James Charles palette. We're going to go into our cheek to begin our contouring using the color Daddy from the James Charles palette. After blending out that contour a little bit more, we're going to deepen that again using the color Daddy from the James Charles palette. Using that same color Daddy from the James Charles palette, we're going to contour the nose. I wanted my contours to be just a little bit deeper, so I'm actually going to go back into that using the color Spooky from the James Charles palette. I'm going to use that same color just to define my crease a little bit more. Using the color Daddy, I'm going to drag that up into my brows just to blend out those edges a little, and then we're going to highlight the bridge of my nose. That color is also from the James Charles palette, and it is called Ring Light. Using that Clown White from earlier, we're going to highlight the edges of the prosthetic just to make those pop a little bit more. After After that, we are going to take some liquid liner and line our lids and then throw on some lashes. After lining our lower lid, we're gonna go in to begin our lip using this matte lipstick by Ruby Kisses. After getting on that lip, we're going to throw on some gloss. Then I'm going to go back into my lid just to darken those colors a little bit more and toss on some red glitter onto that lip. After that, we're going to take our powder brush and just clean everything up. And this is the completed look. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and for all of your support. As always, follow me on social media, like, comment, subscribe, and share. See you next time.